Today on the Unforgotten, I want to share two stories my great-grandmother Zula told on video. Stories about a great-aunt of hers who had otherwise slipped completely out of the historical record. Her name was Caroline Connor, the youngest daughter of Joseph H. Connor and his wife Effie. Caroline appears only twice in the census, and then nowhere else. For historical context, everything we know about her life took place before the Civil War. In 1850, Joseph and Effie were living in Taylor Township in Greene County, Missouri. Their surname was written as Coiner. And 10-year-old Caroline listed Missouri as her birthplace. Her older siblings William, Thomas, and Jane were born in Indiana and Kentucky, hinting at a family on the move. By 1860, the family shows up in Findlay, Webster County, but they may not have moved at all. Webster County had only recently been carved out of Greene County, and Taylor Township sat right on that eastern border. In that 1860 census, Caroline is 18 and still living at home with both parents. Her older siblings have all started lives of their own. Her younger brother Joseph is 14, and her sister Jane's little girl, 4-year-old Effie, is living with them as well. Both Caroline and Joseph are marked as attending school. And then, nothing. No marriage record, no death record, no trace in later censuses. Caroline simply disappears from the paper trail. But about 15 years ago, one of my mother's cousins shared a video of Zula telling stories she remembered being passed down from her own childhood. And in those stories, I heard a name. Line Connor, short for Caroline. It was the first time I'd ever heard anything about her beyond those 2 census lines. I still haven't found another document or clue about what became of her. But I want her youthful, lively spirit, the one preserved in Zula's stories, to live on. So today, I'm sharing her stories for a new generation. Maybe someday, we'll uncover the missing pieces that tell us how the rest of her life unfolded. But even if we don't, she is not forgotten.
I thought George was going to have to go to over. Now that'll do. My grandmother, she had a sister, Line Connor, and boy, was that a mean. She was just all the time doing something short too, and she's just a big cutout. And there's no boy passing around her. She didn't like it. She thought she'd wean him. And they had a big old soap trough under the floor where they made this lye soap and pour it in that trough. And had a punch in, as they call it. Had a punch in there. And she told him, says, I'll tell you what I'll do. You want to come bed to me? Why, you crawl over here. And I said, I've got 2 brothers sleeping right there in the room next to me. And she said, if they get you, they kill you. So he told her, all right, you crawl up there to her bed. And so she told Uncle Bill, Uncle Jim, says, now you boys stay awake. We're going to have some fun. So here he come, after he thought everybody was asleep. And he crawled up and he got on that board. It tipped up and on right into that soap trough he fell. That's it, says old Aunt Line and Grandma and Aunt Mary and just a whole bunch of them had Christmas, and they, of course, the men is a drinking. And the women didn't want to get drunk, so they went off down the road and stayed a while. And while they was gone, while Line, she poured their whiskey out and peed in her bottle. And said, Grandpa, my grandpa, was the first to the bottle. Said he grabbed that bottle and said, boy, he throwed it up and down the big mouthful. Said, boy, the slobber's did pour. Oh, yeah.
with her when they caught her.
Oh, God. Run her off down the road in a pawpaw patch. Rub pawpaws all over her.
Rubbed them on her butt.
Yeah.